Gil Martin here, and welcome everybody to today's episode of the Daily Packers Post. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe so you get new episodes as soon as they drop. We have new episodes every Monday through Friday, and this week we'll even have a special Saturday episode to give you full coverage of the 2025 NFL Draft. The draft now just a day away, and today we're going to talk about 5 realistic candidates that the Packers could pick in round one. So that's either with the 23rd pick or maybe a slight trade up. And again, these are not necessarily in any particular order, but these are 5 players I think it would make sense for the Packers to be targeting. At number 5 is Jahdae Barron, a cornerback out of Texas, a natural fit, I think, for the Packers. Won the Jim Thorpe Award as the top defensive back in college football, and he's a versatile guy. You know, we've talked about how Jeff Hafley likes to disguise his coverages in part by having offenses guess who's the slot, who's on the perimeter, who's, in what spot. Well, Barron has played safety, slot, and boundary corner. He had 5 picks and 16 passes defensed last year, has a high football IQ, and does a really solid job in zone coverage at reading the quarterback and knowing where to go. Now, he doesn't always play to his 40 time. His size is average, but he's smart, he's tough, and he's versatile, and I think he'd be a very good fit for the Green Bay defense. Coming in at number 4, defensive tackle Kenneth Grant of Michigan. I don't think the Packers will go defensive tackle in the first round unless some of their other needs, the players they're targeting are off the board. But boy, Kenneth Grant would be a really good pick. 6'3", 330, but he also has an outstanding quickness because, especially for a guy that size. And while he's a run stuffer primarily, he also has pass rush potential based on his size, his speed, his skill, although he does need to work on his technique a bit. He has a high relative athletic score, something Brian Gutekunst looks for, and he's played both the nose tackle and 3-tech in college, so he can step in and be the run stuffer where TJ Slayton played last year, or if Kenny Clark either gets hurt or maybe does not have the bounce back season that the Packers are hoping he does, he can move over and fill in for Clark maybe a year or two down the road. So here's a guy who could step in and start right away, but still has some room for growth and would be a solid addition to the Packers' defensive line. Coming in at number 3, Donovan Eziraku of Boston College, an edge rusher. Won the Ted Hendricks Award as the best defensive end in college football last year. And here's the thing I love about Eziraku. So many times we've seen the Packers draft defensive ends or edge rushers with a lot of tools, but not a lot of production. This guy had 16 and a half sacks and 20 and a half tackles for loss last year. And because he went to Boston College, he's played under Jeff Hafley, knows his defense. Yeah, okay, it's probably a little different, but his relationship with Hafley would definitely be a plus for the Packers and would probably help him step in a little bit quicker. The downside to Eziraku, he's only 6'2", 248. That is not the size the Packers have typically targeted at defensive end or edge rusher. But maybe the fact that he is a little bit smaller and lighter would allow him to give the Packers a different skill set. I like his productivity. I like his speed. And I like the fact that he's worked with Hafley already. He would probably start off as a designated pass rusher, a pass rush specialist, but he does have the potential to develop into a 3-down player as he gains experience. Next on our list, cornerback Will Johnson out of Michigan. We know Jair Alexander is unlikely to be back, and Will Johnson at 6'1", 194. You like the size that he brings, and, he's very good at both press coverage and a looser zone coverage. He's an intelligent player, and he is somebody who could step in right away and help the Green Bay defense. Maybe his drawback is that his speed is kind of average, but that high football IQ puts him in a position to make plays. And then number one on our list right now, wide receiver, Teteroa McMillan. To me, McMillan, you may have to trade up a little bit to get him, but boy, 6'4", 213 pounds, great footwork, catches everything you throw to him, great hands, and he runs super well after the catch. Now, you put McMillan and Tucker Kraft on the field together. Those are two guys who could turn a 3-yard pass into a 15-yard gain because they are so elusive. He's also played both the boundary and the slot. Some scouts compare him to T. Higgins, and I think he would be one of the few receivers available in this draft who would be able to make an impact right away as a rookie and really help the Green Bay Packers in that area. And we know the team needs a go-to receiver. I think with his hands, with his size, he would definitely fit the bill and give Jordan Love a weapon that he really hasn't had up until this point. Don't forget to check out our website at thepackerspost.com. We have new articles every day, Monday through Saturday, giving you in-depth coverage of the Packers. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe so you never miss an episode of the Daily Packers Post. I'm Gil Martin, looking so much forward to the draft. Thanks for watching today's episode of the Daily Packers Post. We'll see you tomorrow. And of course, go Pack Go.